Hello everyone, I'm Maddie and today's video is about the Edith Holden books. Which ones I have, which ones I use the most, which I prefer over the others and why, and a brief comparison between different editions of the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, which I hope it would be useful, especially for those of you who don't own the books and don't have the opportunity of getting them from a bookstore, have to order them online without being able to look inside or fill the pages. In my country, the only way to get one of these books is to order it online. And I remember when I was first starting in this wonderful world of junk journaling, and I was seeing so many journals and projects made using Edith Holden book pages, and I started to look for getting a book online, and I got confused between different editions, different titles, and so on. Now that I got quite a few, as you can see, and there are more on my bookshelves, things became more clear, and I would like to share with you some information that might help you choose the book you think is more useful for you. Please be kind with me because my English is far from perfect. I'm not a native speaker, so sometimes I find hard to get the right words for expressing exactly what I want to say, and I make mistakes, but I will do my best. So let's get into the video's topic, and let me for now put aside these ones and keep the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, which is the book I've seen most people using in their journals. Maybe because it's easier to get, but I think as well because it has the most beautiful images. These three books under the same title are the exact same content, but in different editions and in different sizes. It's important to say that all the Edith Holden books are under copyright. So that means that we can't use copy of those images in our journals. We can't scan the images and use the copies for our journals if we want to sell them. We have to use original images. So in this case, maybe having two different sizes of the book helps a lot, because if we have a bigger project, or if we want to make an envelope, for example, maybe this book is more useful. But if we want to make a small tag, maybe we can use an image from the small book, and it's a better option. Okay, so I will start with the middle one, with this book, which is quite a big one. And it's the one I most see people using. It's about 9 3/8 of an inch and horizontally 7 1/8. So it's a book. It's a big book. It has a hardback cover, and what I most like about it is that it has that authentic vintage feel, because of the yellowish pages, the antiqued border, and especially because they used, for the text pages, they used Edith Holden original handwriting. I think this book is a reproduction of the original Edith Holden notes and paintings, and the quality of the image is really beautiful. Really, it's high quality. The colors are beautiful. I love the thickness of the pages. They used good quality paper, and it's quite thick, that allows us to be able to make envelopes and tags and journaling cards using these pages as a base. It's full of beautiful illustrations, and I'm sure most of you have seen, are familiar with the Edith Holden paintings. I don't need to flip each one of the pages, but I wanted to show just a few of them. The small book, which is about 5.5 by 7 1/8. It's exactly the same. It has the same vintage feel. I would say that the only difference between the two of them, apart from the size of course, is the feel of the paper. This one is a bit more texture. It's equally sturdy, thick, but it's a bit more textured when you touch it, and this one, it has a more satin feel. Of course, this doesn't matter. If you can get both of them, I will highly recommend you to do so, because as I was saying previously, they are useful. Even if they have the same images, they can be useful for different projects or different type of ephemera inside of the same journal. Getting to the third book, this one, it's the exact same size with the big one, and it's actually the same book, but the main difference is that it doesn't have the yellowish pages. This paper is an off-white shade, and I would say it's a bit thinner as well, although it's thick enough for you to be able to use it for whatever you'd like. So if you like lighter projects, not so grungy, not so vintagey, maybe this book is a better choice. But you can achieve a vintagey look only by inking the edges, tearing the pages and inking the edges. So I would say there's not a big difference between them. Get whichever you can. There are really beautiful images inside here, and a lot of illustrations that can last for several projects. Okay, putting this aside, I will get to the Nature Notes, which is a different book. It has the same size as the big ones that we saw earlier, but inside it has some other images. Some of them are the same with the country diary, but some are different. I would say in this book you'll find more birds images and more animal images than in the country diary, and it still have the vintagey. It still has the vintagey look, but what I don't like so much about this one is that they use modern typography for the text pages. That doesn't mean you can't use them in your journals. Of course you can, but I prefer the handwriting for using as backgrounds instead of these ones. But I mean, it's not such a big deal. You can find this a good use as well, I suppose. This book, from what I've seen, it's more pricey and not so easy to get. But if you can find it at a decent price, I'm recommending it too. It has beautiful images and a lot of oh, I love this rabbit. A lot of nice illustrations that you can use for journals. Okay, bringing the last three books. These ones are a bit different, and there are several others under the Country Diary collection. I suppose at some point Edith Holden paintings became so popular that the editors thought to use the paintings as illustrations in different themed books. For example, this one is a recipe book. This one is a notebook for garden observations, and this one is a book of crafts. From what I know, there is a herbal book as well, and several others for sewing, knitting, and so on. I don't have them, but if I can get them at some point, for sure I will. Let's see, one by one. As I was saying, this is a recipe book. It has a lot of Edith Holden paintings, a lot of beautiful illustrations. Let's see. For each of the sections we have a big image that we can fussy cut or we can use as such. You can make a really beautiful cooking theme journal using this book, but you can as well use it for whatever other type of journal you'd like. The line pages are really nice, I would say. You have several with the same design, and you can use those for journaling space in the journal, or for making journaling cards, tags, or if not, you can use only the fussy cutted images, and you can decorate your other pages and your tags. The same with this one here. It has a beautiful big image for each of the months of the year, and beautiful lined pages in the same style of the ones from the cookery book. You can fussy cut the small images, these butterflies, the roses, or you can use the whole page just as a journaling space in your journals. These books I've seen online are easier to find, and they are not so pricey, so they are a good option if you can't find a Country Diary, or it seems that it's too expensive. You can get these ones, and you can make good use out of them. And last but not least, we have the Country Diary Book of Crafts, which it's a big book, and it has a few of those big illustrations of the Edith Holden paintings. There are quite a few inside here, but it has as well small images that you can fussy cut, and a lot of projects, crafted projects made with Edith Holden images. All of these photos that have this vintagey look and vintagey colors, all of them can be used in our journals. Most of them would make really beautiful tag backgrounds, or if not, you can use tear parts of them and use them in your master boards or collage sheets. I think most of the pages from here can be used in our journals, and I got this book for only £1 from a thrift shop when I was visiting England. I was sad that I only found one because I would have bought more, but I suppose they can be found online as well, and they are really nice and useful for everyone who wants to make a botanical feminine type of ephemera and journals. So I think I covered most of the things I wanted to share with you about the Edith Holden books. You can find them on Amazon, eBay, World of Books, and other antique books websites, as well as in local thrift shops, antique books, and online Facebook sales. Look for them wherever you can. You still can find them at very good prices, and they will be a very good add to your journaling stash. If you have more questions, please feel free to write them for me in the comment section of the video. I will gladly answer, and if I can help with any other information, I will do that gladly. Thanks so much to everyone who stayed with me until the end of this video. I wish everyone to stay safe, to enjoy crafting and enjoy your families, and basically have happy times. Bye bye for now.